Alright, I'm back with another video of what not to do. I decided to do a conversion to projector lenses. I got the Morimoto H1 Minis 8.0. And I also got with them the Demon Eye, which I do not like. I don't like this one. I don't know why. It came with a little bracket, which it's one of the things what not to do. I'll get to it in a second. I installed it, and you couldn't even tell that the Demon Eye was back there. It was just not reflecting the light in the middle of the projector to make it look like a Demon Eye. So I took it down, put it in JB Weld, put it back on there, and actually looked pretty good. But as you can see, the glue I think got on there, but it still burns. It's fine. And I got some also halos, which are pretty cool. And I ordered my own controllers off Amazon. And I'm actually building my own halo. I found I ordered some online from Amazon, the independent LED strips, and I found actually an old monster one that I bought just for the van when I didn't have lights when I first got it, that runs off USB. And I was looking at it, and it's actually an independent one, which I'm kind of surprised, where you can program each one individually. Now, this wasn't programmed like that. It was just one big strip, but you can do it. So I'm cutting it right now individually. I'm going to make my own, so I can do like a rainbow or just, two different colors on the same halo, or the same, yeah. So one of the things I want to do, especially with the Sprinter, you're going to hear people say that put it in the oven and it'll just come right out easy and stuff. Well, as you know, Sprinter doesn't make anything easy. And I wasn't home when I was doing it. I was on the road, so I made my own oven. I used an old box that I had in there. I don't remember what was the box from anyway. And some of the reflectors I had in the van, and a heat gun I bought. And I got it up to 185 with that. And it was actually working pretty well, but I rushed it. I only kept it in 15 minutes. I probably should have kept it in a lot longer to make it come out. But also, they don't use the poly, whatever that everybody uses. That's a really, that's stretchy once it heats up. I ended up buying that later and putting it on there. This stuff, they use the Permaseal, which is rock hard. And if you just don't take your time and do it, you're gonna mess up your thing like I did. But you can't see it. I'll show you. Like, I fixed it. I mean, I messed it up pretty bad. But once you seal it, once it's warm, you heat it up and put it back down. I use a couple of screws to keep it down. You can't see it. You only can see it if you go like up close and open the hood and inspect it. But in case you don't want to do that, yeah, take your time. And I was yesterday at a lighting place that specializes in projectors and shrouds and stuff, and he said he charges $500 just to take apart the headlight on a Sprinter. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Like I said, Mercedes made nothing easy. And also keep an eye on the heat gun. I put it in there on the left one. I messed it up, so I let it get a little too hot, and it has started melting. The thing I caught it in time, but again, you can't see it out of a plane. It's an old saying in Romania, but anyway, just be careful with that. So that's another thing not to do. Third thing not to do, because there's a lot on this one. I messed up. I mean, I took this light apart 3 times. Third thing to do is when you take it apart, careful with this. I took it apart, set this down, face down, wasn't paying attention when I was trying to take it apart, and just moving it left and right, how I'm forcing, trying to take it apart and scratch the hell out of it. I was able to get most of it out, and I'm going to do another right now. I bought some other stuff to buff it and get out the scratches, and look, I did it again. Don't put it face down. That's a bad thing. I got shit on the inside. So, yeah. And what I did is actually I bought some cheap projectors for like the $25 ones that I saw on eBay already talking about. So I bought those, pretty good. Went in well. Then I ordered this pair. This was like $60. And pretty good again. Lens, and it came with the shroud with the halo. So it's pretty nice for $65. Really nice. But I just wanted something more better, if that's a word, if I'm gonna go with all this trouble. So I ended up going with the Morimoto's, like I said, H1. It's a nice one. It's a mini, because ours is small. If we would have had this whole thing, it would have been nice. We could have put anything you want. I ordered some Panamera shrouds. No luck. I'm getting those to fit in there. And just gonna put these in the high beams, and I don't think I'll ever need to use them, but just to make it look, uniform. So I'm actually gonna put I put an LED in there, my old LEDs, and it burns actually pretty damn well. Everybody says, don't use LEDs because it doesn't look that good. The ones I have, it actually looks better than the 35 watt I'm using right now on this one. Tomorrow I got a 55 watt coming in. I wanted a little more blue. Right now I have the 5500, which is just the neutral one, the middle one that everybody gets. And I ordered right now the 8000, which is a blue, like a lightish blue. But if you go up in the watts, 55 watts instead of 35, you actually go down in the Kelvin. So like the 8500 is going to be like the 6000 one. So keep that in mind also when you're choosing your the color. What else not to do? Don't do that. Don't do that. I said that. Make sure, another thing, make sure before you put it back together, like I said, it's my third time taking it apart. Check your lights to make sure they are the way they are. I had to take it apart, one, because the Demon Eye just wasn't the way it was supposed to be, and I didn't also these center it right, so my line was just not straight. It was like at a 30-degree angle, so I had to take it apart to do that, and that's why I'm taking it apart actually now, because the second time I took it apart for the Demon Eye and still didn't check the thing. So just don't make it hard on yourself. It's, you see how every time you take it apart, you're just gonna keep messing this thing up. If it would have been easy, Mercedes made it easy, it would have been all right, but like I said, Mercedes makes everything hard. What else? Make sure you get a good ballast, because the first ones I got, the cheap one, eccentric, I'm sending it back tomorrow. It didn't work very well, so you pay the $10 extra and get a good one that's got the bus on it too. That'll take care of the CAN bus as well. And I also installed the, if you can see, the daytime running lights, but I bought a cheap pair again. Not cheaper, there's still only 2 places that sell them on Amazon. That's supposed to be white, and it was, and only turn this color when you're using your turn signal, but for some reason mine starts out white, and as soon as it heats up, warms up, it turns this color. So I think the driver's going on it, but this is really easy to install. You can do it on the outside. I did it on the inside since I already opened it up, but it looks nice during the day with the white ones, and then when you signal, it's a switchback. It signals the way you're going, and this is you can just put it right here if you don't want to take your headlight apart, and it's covered by the hood, and you can't tell from a distance again that what it is. And the thing is, this one too, is as soon as I take this off, buff it, you won't be able to tell that I fucked it up that bad. So yeah, that's it. Just make sure, like I said, to not scratch your lens, to yeah, check before you close it back up. Careful opening it. I would recommend actually a heat gun. I should have just kept the heat gun. It'll take you a little longer, but you can concentrate, on one area at a time and just give it as much heat as it needs, or as little as it needs. So, but I was a fool in a rush, like I always am, and ended up doing everything twice, 3 times in some cases. So good luck, and if I make any other mistakes, I will definitely let you know, and I'm sure I will. Happy 4th of July.